Good morning and welcome to Scotland. That's right, I'm back in my homeland. And I'm here with my dog Monty, and he's going to climb his first Munro today, Ben Cruachan. And along the way, we're going to share the journey and we're going to capture some landscape photographs. And welcome to Scotland. I'm Ben Cruachan. Yeah, I'm back in my homeland and I'm super excited to be once again climbing my home mountain because I grew up right in this area. I used to look at Ben Cruachan every day. I could see it from my house. So it's quite, for me, quite a special mountain. I've been up in Scotland for a few days, but unfortunately the weather has not been particularly kind to me. There's been a lot of low-level clouds. And this is the kind of the first day where it's broken up. The weather across the top of the mountain, well, the peak is kind of coming in and out of clouds, so I'm hopeful that I'm going to get a little break in the clouds. But I've decided to keep my kit relatively lightweight. I'm shooting this with the Nikon ZFC. It's the only camera that I've got, so this is both for video and for stills. At the moment I'm using the kit lens, but I have treated myself to a couple of my full frame Z lenses just in case there is an opportunity to capture some really special photographs, which even though it's the middle of the day, there could be some nice bits of light, especially with all the broken cloud. I don't have a tripod, so it's almost certainly all going to be handheld, but I am quite excited for the possibilities. But not as excited as I am for my wee friend up there, Monty the dog. This will be his first ascent of a mountain, his first Munro, so I'm looking forward to him getting up the top there and maybe catching a special photograph of him. Cruachan is also a special mountain for another couple of other reasons. The first reason, and probably one of the most important, is it's actually home to Cruachan Power Station, one of the first hydroelectric power stations in the country. That reservoir there behind me holds the water, and then there's a couple of really big pipes underneath there that feed water to a generating station deep within the side of a mountain, inside the mountain. It's about a mile's journey from the edge of the mountain into the generating hole. And the force of that water coming down there spins the turbines and makes electricity. Now, if you're ever in the area, they've got an excellent visitor centre. It's well worth going in there, having a look around and book yourself on a tour. Book in advance. I went on it in October, I think, last year, and it was brilliant. You know, the tour guide was really funny, told good jokes, but it was really interesting as well, and it was fascinating the people that actually built it and how it operates today. Anyway, sales pitch for that over. Do go and check that out if you're in the area. And the other thing is, you might have noticed it, if you're a Star Wars fan, you realise that Cruachan Dam there and some of the surrounding area around the reservoir was actually one of the filming locations in one of the recent Star Wars TV shows. Okay, so I'm just about to make my first part of the ascent up from the dam. I'm going to put the camera away just so I can concentrate on what I'm doing. I'll maybe try and grab some B-roll and some stills with my phone, but otherwise I'll see you at the end of this first part of the ascent. Well, I've completed the first bit of my ascent. I'm just at the Lochain, just before you turn right and make the final ascent up to Ben Cruachan. And so far, it's been good conditions. The visibility is brilliant. I'll put some B-roll up of that view behind me. You can see for miles and miles. In fact, looking that way, I can see for miles and miles as well. I spoke to a hill walker who was on his way down and asked him what the conditions were like at the top, and he says very windy and quite often clouded over, but he did say there were breaks in the clouds, so I'm still hopeful that I can get some photographs while I'm up there. But just absolutely fabulous being up here. I can't wait to get to the top to see what else I can see. The light across the hills is just amazing, and this is why I love coming to Scotland. And Monty, well, he's doing really well. He's not showing any signs of being tired out, and he's walked up here, and I'm pretty sure it's just this last rocky bit which I'm a bit unsure about. Not his fitness, but hopefully he can get over that rocky surface. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera away and I'll report back when I get to the top. Very excited. Well, I've been up at the summit now for a few minutes, and the conditions, well, they're great to look at. So I'm having a look about there. I can looking up Lochain there, and there's light all across the hills, and there's dappling light. It looks gorgeous. Photographically speaking, not ideal. I've got this basically the layer of clouds that's just covering all the tops of the mountains. I'm just keeping an eye on Monty there. Can you see him? What a good boy. Imagine making that to the top. Well, you're a good boy, aren't you? And that's kind of basically put this flat line across the top of the photos. So I've taken some shots. I'll put them up on the screen in a minute. It's not going to be a great photographic trip out, but that wasn't the point. The point was to come up the mountain, get Monty up here into his first Munros, and sometimes you just have to admire the views. So while I can't see the summit of some of these mountains, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I can actually see, I can see really quite far. I just can't see the tops of the hills. It's good up here, isn't it? You enjoying your first? Yeah, good boy. So yeah, I'm going to put up the photos on the screen, and I'll speak to you again in a minute. Right, so I think I'm going to head down now. I can just feel the rain just starting to come on. A little bit of the predicted showers. So I'm going to take one last pan round here, admire this utterly fantastic view. I think living away from Scotland makes me appreciate it even more when I come home, because I love the mountains. Just glorious. Well, I'm back down at my halfway point there. Look, the spin round, you can just see that Lochain there from before. It is well windy here, much windier than it was up on the summit, but the views are still glorious. I know I keep saying it. And I was having on the way down there, and I met a couple, and they had a couple of dogs with them, a nice chat to them. So this whole experience, even though maybe the photography wasn't amazing because of the clouds, just makes you feel so good inside, talking to people, looking at the views, sharing the experience with Monty. Doesn't get much better, I have to say. Right, I'm going to make the walk back down, and I'll see you back down at the dam. Right, as you can see, I'm back at the dam, back at where I started, and what a cracking adventure it's been. The rain is coming in now, so I think I got the best of the light. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate there probably wasn't a lot of photography in it, but for me this is more about documenting my adventure and Monty going up his first Munros. So I do hope you enjoyed just coming along with me and having a bit of a look about up Ben Cruachan. But if you did like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, all that good stuff. And if you've got an extra few minutes, I'll pop up some playlists and other videos as well. But until the next one, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.